What's good, fam? We are back with yet another episode of the Incubator's Couch, which is unscripted,
vulnerable conversations
with entrepreneurs and business owners just like you. And today we have on the couch with us
Chris Bransford with No Pressure Services LLC.
No Pressure Services.
Pressure.
I like that.
No
I like
pressure,
that.
no pressure.
No pressure. Come on, come on,
It's
Dusty.
so late, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I feel it. Let's go. Okay. So where you from? Where did No Pressure come from? Give us a little more on that. A little more information on No Pressure LLC.
Me and my brothers, we were just thinking of some names, and I think one of them was like No Worries or something like that. And then we went down a bunch of no's, and then my oldest brother was like, No Pressure.
No Pressure.
So then it just hit, and we were just like, okay, yeah, we can do that.
I guess to make it make sense for the audience that's watching, what services do you provide?
We provide lawn care. We provide pressure washing.
You see, it's making sense.
No
it's
pressure.
making sense, right? It's
No
making
pressure.
sense.
Oh yeah.
No pressure. That's pretty dope. Okay, cool. Listen, we're gonna dive into our episode today. This is podcast format. We are excited about podcast format.
Yeah.
Where there isn't a host rant, there isn't a resource of the week. It's all therapy sessions.
We're doing things a little different. What you know about? Is that iPhone or Google? It's Google.
I'm gonna need
Google
Gemini to get out of my business.
business.
Get out of my business. Get out of here. What is going on? Nobody asked you anything. Anyway,
Siri does the same thing.
Siri does the same, but I'm excited about this. We don't have any of those other pieces. We're just gonna dive right in. So, without any further ado, let's go.
Y'all, Google is tripping right now.
Listen. It is still now. It's Siri. It's not Google.
Oh,
it's Siri
goodness.
now. All right. Well, listen.
It is what it is. The show must go on.
We're excited to have you with us today. The Incubator's Couch is a space where business owners can kind of just come and hang and talk about the realities of being in business, the ebbs and flows.
The ups
For
and
most
downs.
of us, there are some ups and downs in dealing with clientele and providing services, deliverables, coaching, whatever
All
it
of those
might be,
things.
right?
Okay.
So we're excited to have you come and hang out with us today. He is on the couch. I want to make that clear.
Y'all see the couch, right?
Y'all see the couch.
It's an
It's
actual,
an actual couch.
couch.
He's on the couch, and we've kind of set things up a little bit differently to be able to kick off our interview sections for season 3. And if you haven't gotten a chance to check out some of the other seasons, we want you to do that.
Yeah,
and in fact, there's
please.
even video
Yes.
content on the channel that you can check out as well. Man, so pressure washing and lawn care. Pressure washing and
Absolutely.
lawn care. Just tell us how you got into that. How did you land on that as a business?
So me and my brothers, we didn't really have much time, when you're working for the man 9 to 5, you
Real
you
talk.
don't have much time for your family. And
Yeah.
during the
Understand.
weekends, we would just get together and do stuff for whether it was for a friend or our parents or anything like that. And we're like, man, we need to make this happen more often.
Right.
And we had one job where we actually did a parking lot. That was kind of like out of our realm, but we did a parking lot stripe job. And it went overnight for a gas station in Madison. And we made like $1,000 in like 4 hours. So it was like,
That's nice.
we definitely want to
Light bulb.
Yeah.
tap into that, tap into that, whether it's going to be parking lot striping or not, I think that was something that we really were looking forward to doing.
That's awesome. That's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
So you that planted the seed.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily a service you provide now.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So what made you land on the lawn care and the pressure
well,
washing?
my brother.
And which one came first?
So I will say lawn care for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, just because we all were kind of like able to do that,
Right.
and our skill set for it was just
Yeah. You
push
push a lawnmower.
easy work,
Yeah.
easy work.
Yeah. So your brothers work with you in the business? Oh, so how many?
Absolutely.
How many of you? How many?
Two.
So it's you and 2 others.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm the
that's
youngest. I'm the
cool.
youngest out of the 2. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I got way more questions, but talk. How did it come about in terms of lawn care and pressure washing? Yeah.
It just happened.
It just worked out. Or did a client ask you guys, hey, do you do pressure washing also? Is that how it kind of started?
I think we did a couple jobs for just friends and family. You know, we were renting equipment from like Home Depot.
Okay.
And then like some people were like, you know, y'all should do this more often, you know.
Okay.
So that's just how it kind of escalated into pressure washing as well.
Oh, cool.
That's dope.
That's
and then of course, like when somebody gets their lawn cut, you know, they're like, you look at their driveway, and then they're like,
yes.
oh, we need our driveway.
We need
done
that
too.
joint to be clean too, because
it all comes.
It's wraparound services. We talk about this all the time in terms of being in business. You want to know what is that next thing that they're probably most likely to do after you have served them and served them well.
Yep.
And if you can corner the market on that, that's actually just great marketing. It's great planning. You serve them well in one area, and you can kind of just drop that hint like, man, you know, that sidewalk to the house right there.
You might want, you want to have it looking really good. You can't just have the messy sidewalk and the cut grass.
Oh my word. No, that's good. That's good. One of the things I did want to chat about before we get into, you know, hearing some of your experiences is you guys met through BNI, through Business Network International. We've talked about that on this platform multiple times. And that's been that's like a force multiplier for our business. How has it been for you?
Oh man, it's worked wonders for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
that's awesome.
We came in and it just, well, of course I came in at a slow period of like the season and everything like that. And
which I think is great because you want to build the relationships during the slow season, because when you're busy, you're busy.
Right. I would have been so overwhelmed if I had just came in during summer or spring, you know, so
too much.
It definitely is taking off for sure.
That's awesome.
So we're looking to hire a couple people as well.
Really?
You know?
Come on.
Absolutely.
Come on. Let's put some clap emojis in the chat for hiring some new people. I like that. Gotta like that.
And hiring people comes with challenges.
It comes with challenges.
So you'll be back on the couch.
It's good challenge. Oh yes, you'll be back on the couch. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Just the interview process
dealing
alone.
With people, period.
Like, Lord,
it's gonna be something.
But man, listen, we here in the Incubator's Couch, we love to meet people, love to hear about the business, and of course, we're going to put some of the information on his business in the description. If you're in the greater Huntsville area, North Alabama area, Tennessee Valley area, we'd love for you to be able to hit him up. If you have a lawn or some sidewalks or driveway or something that you need pressure washed, but
definitely hit them up.
Talk to us a little bit about a client interaction. This is a space where we get a chance to not only hear about good stories, bad stories, indifferent stories, or just general stories, but things that we were able to learn from those stories is what we're after. And of course, to be able to provide a little bit of a woosah moment, a little release. There's no place for business owners to just
talk and share some of those experiences, good or bad.
Because real talk, the customer is not always right.
True.
That's just my the customer is not always right. I will stand 10 toes down. True. Okay, they are not always right. In fact, some of them are trash.
Yes.
And if you're watching right now, you're a trash customer. You know who you are, and you need to stop it. Okay, stop it. All right, let me get off my soapbox.
And with every experience, you learn something from it. So
good or bad.
As you're telling your story, we'll probably pull from it what you learned from that experience, good or bad.
So take it away. Talk to us.
Okay, so I do got a little story to cook up.
Okay.
So let me cook.
Go ahead and cook.
Let me cook. Okay, so there was a pressure washing job. It was a soft wash on a home. Can't say no client name.
Yeah,
that's the cardinal rule here.
Yeah,
no client names.
So this lady, she wasn't a bad person at all. They're never bad people, but I will say her home was the absolute worst as far as trying to get the job done. Right. I mean, having the terrain was crazy. Everything was everywhere. There wasn't nothing that I was able to move around and get done. You know what I'm saying?
So, like they had things in the yard. They had obstructions like cars and different.
And you're not paid as a moving company to be moving all that stuff.
So had it been done in a long time? Was this like the first in a while?
Yeah, this was probably the first this house had ever been touched. Period. And I mean, it was in one of those old school neighborhoods. So you know.
Okay.
Oh wow!
But also on top of that, the water pressure was just completely jacked up.
Oh wow!
And it was going in and out, in and out. I mean, if she was in the house, we were kind of going back and forth because she would turn on the water on the faucet or something, and it would drop the pressure of the house.
Okay.
And then I guess her nephew or something was taking a shower, and I was like,
my word.
And I told you not to run the water if the pressure is going to be off.
That's not going to work. It's not helping.
Dang, I never thought about some of these components.
I never thought that.
That's wild. I watch these types of channels all the time on YouTube.
I do have a question though.
Yeah, talk to me.
With pressure washing, can you bring your own water?
You can bring your own tank.
Okay.
But I was advised not to because she had her own.
Okay.
If you had,
I was just wondering.
It's best to use their water.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It just goes easier because you're not having to go back and forth, fill up a tank. You know, you're not limited on water.
Right. Is it a different fee?
It was, yes, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want them to wash and you want them to bring water, that's a different fee, which makes perfect sense to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
But then in your intake process or onboarding or whatever you want to call it, in terms of preparation for, this is your day, this is your time, we're going to be out at the house, please have the place free of whatever.
Yeah.
You have all that stuff lined up. You already have that.
And what's crazy is I told her. I was like, I need this moved, I need that moved. She's like, my nephew's gonna do it, and it just
never happened.
Did you
I guess she's playing video games or something.
I hope so.
For you having to move stuff?
I didn't.
We gotta let.
It's not in my heart.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Were you done? I'm sorry. My bad.
It's not in my heart to do that.
Yeah, okay. I hear you, but I don't hear you.
We will dig into that more. But is there more to the story? So.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. So there was challenges in doing the pressure wash. Clearly, there were challenges in doing the landscaping as well. Correct.
Right.
Oh my word.
Okay. Yeah. It was terrible. Like one of the hardest days ever.
Wow. And it
was so hot. It was so hot outside.
Was she thankful at the end? How did it end up turning out? Did it look good? I mean,
man, honestly, it's like it seems. I don't know if y'all have this, but it seems like those customers that you go above and beyond for are the least thankful.
Yep.
Least thankful.
Are the least
How many
thankful.
Times have we heard that on the couch?
On the couch multiple times.
Are the least
multiple
thankful.
times.
The least thankful.
And there's always something.
Yes.
Always.
I feel like there are customers that they want the cheapest product or service from you, but they want the most from you.
The absolute most.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's like
it's not right.
You're asking for all that? Like
you're running me back and forth asking for the most, and then you still just want to give me.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. That's why you gotta put it in the invoice. You're gonna pay for this, and this, even after.
Yeah.
So, but this is when I was fresh though. So it's like,
which is typical.
I'm just grateful for being out there.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm in that mode of like gratitude. Yeah, I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
And we've talked about this as well in terms of because when you're hungry, you will take a job and you do above and beyond, but you won't necessarily go make sure that you're taken care of in that scenario as well.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what I have found, I'm not speaking on your behalf, but what I've found is that those clients won't even refer you to somebody else.
Yep,
even though you went above and beyond and they know you did. They're ungrateful and they will not refer you to anybody else. Somebody will come to the house and be like, oh man, it's way cleaner. You got in the yard done. The thing has been washed, and they'll be like, yeah, but he didn't do a good job. That's the way that I'm not speaking on your behalf. I'm just telling you.
That's sometimes how it goes.
Well, she said I did a good job. She just
cool.
It's just her mannerisms weren't like grateful at all. It was still I don't know if she had a hard life or something or
profusely saying thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I need you to be doing that.
I would be apologizing.
You need to be.
If you came to the house and there was still stuff in the yard, I would be apologizing like, fam, I'm so sorry about this.
Yeah,
let me just give me an hour. Let me see what I can do.
No apologies whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just like.
Yeah.
So whatever. I mean, in that instant, like, so you said you didn't charge extra, but do you still feel that was the right course of action?
I think in my position, as far as being like a new kid on the block and just getting the business, I think I was just doing God's work at
Yeah,
that point.
at that point, I think that's fine.
And so this is actually how. Okay, go ahead. Let me let you
and
finish.
the process since then.
Yeah.
Has it grown to include? Hey,
Oh, we're charging.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm
We're
getting
charging.
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Shing.
getting to. Yeah.
Your stuff is still in the art. Here's the extra fee.
Yes.
Extra fee.
But
Okay,
you learn.
cool.
That's what you learn from. You know,
Sure.
you learn from those mistakes, and you learn, and you just build off of them. You know,
Right.
But I mean, we're charging.
We're charging.
We're
Good.
charging.
I like to hear that.
You know, so what's wild is we talked before we hit the record button about whether or not you're doing any content around this. Some of my favorite channels on YouTube, something about the lines in the grass. I don't know what it is, and it is just I will watch those things on 2X, and I love them.
I think it's a getting old thing.
Maybe.
I think so too, because
As soon as I
watch that
like,
too?
as soon as I turned 30, I just would stop. I would start watching those videos.
on.
And I'm
Really?
like, why do I like?
Why
this
do I like
all-
this?
Yeah. Why do I like this?
As coming from a content perspective, I've actually done the deep dive on it, and it's something to do with transformation. It's the before, it's the after, it's the
Interesting.
systematic process of it, and seeing it happen over time. That's what draws people in, and so it's actually a strategy that I've actually tried to employ in my own channel and in for some coaching clients as well. I say all that to say, when you said I'm just doing God's work at that point, that's actually how a lot of these guys got into doing
that's
YouTube
true.
content, because it's like the people couldn't necessarily afford
it,
for them to do the work.
Right.
So they would film it and put it on YouTube, get millions of views, and then YouTube would send them a check. So it was like, I still was able to serve, somebody who wouldn't necessarily be able to afford me and go above and beyond in my service, but I was able to still be able to get taken care of because I was able to film it and put it on.
That's something I've always wanted to do too. Like,
you should do it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, I've always wanted to reach out to somebody.
You heard it here first, y'all.
Yeah.
So when he's rich and famous,
Always.
No, I honestly
I would rather do that. Honestly, there's more. I feel like there's more money in it. You
So
know?
you should do
it's also very fulfilling because you're actually there is some of the stories are just so gripping, man. Like people who are disabled, a family member died, and it's just the ladies there, they don't know how to do the art, and things are just kind of run down. They're still there, they're still living, but that is just very low on what they're doing, and you got to have somebody like you come in and help. Absolutely
it's awesome.
Powerful.
Yeah, and I think you have a lot of opportunity here in Huntsville because it is a retirement community.
It is.
Right.
So definitely could be
very
something
sleepy.
you could definitely do.
Yeah.
I say do it.
Listen, on the couch, sometimes we'll learn lessons, but sometimes we get business ideas. I'm just letting you know. Ideation is very much a thing. Talk to how have you been expanding the business? It sounds like, because just from what you shared in terms of you were doing landscaping first, you added on power washing. Again, that was just a natural outgrowth. But then now you've also brought in this whole marketing piece by being a part of BNI, and you're actually bringing in hiring on some new workers. But talk about that part in terms of expansion and really scaling the business. What are the services you provide today that you didn't necessarily provide when you guys first started out?
So we've kind of branched off into more landscaping.
Okay.
Like mulching. Flower beds.
Because we need help.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
Hold on. The thing is recording.
yeah. So I mean, that's definitely something we've branched out into.
Nice.
Cool.
We also have branched out into doing like subbing jobs out too. I think that's like a big part of that will grow your business,
smaller landscapers that you can sub to.
Yeah.
But how do you maintain that, your fingerprint, like the No Pressure secret sauce, essentially? Because there's a brand that,
That's pretty cool.
Right. I guess that's still kind of all like a work in progress. A work in progress. I haven't really there's been so many good people in my life that have been trying to guide me and everything like that. So that's kind of what's been the foothold, if you want to say, of me constantly pushing and constantly doing what I need to do.
That's awesome, man.
That's cool. Try different things, see what hits and sticks to the wall.
Yeah.
Brody,
really cool.
I hope you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 31.
Get the heck out of here. That's crazy.
We were not doing that.
No, well, first of all, you're way ahead of the game. Like, let me know in the chat if you agree with me. You're way ahead of the game. That's first of all.
Have your own business.
But second of all, I would not have said 31.
What, younger, right?
Oh, way younger.
Yeah, for sure.
So in my mind, I'm just sitting here thinking like, how old is this dude?
Well, you know, black don't crack.
I know.
Well, I wasn't
know.
going to say it. A good friend of mine was like, when I told her that black don't crack, her response was, an Asian don't raisin. I was like, oh snap! I never heard that one before. She was like,
said, all right, my
That's hilarious.
But that's crazy. No, I would never. I've never in a million years would I have guessed 30 anything.
Yeah.
I would 28 was the highest I was willing to go.
I'm an old
And
man
that was
now,
me trying to reach for it.
Really?
But the reason why I asked that question is because I just there's so much. There's a maturity in the responses that you're saying in terms of like this community that's been around me, that's been pouring in, sharing with me different things that I can do. That's what I have found in business, in content creation, in life. That's been a huge cheat code for me, is having circles and spaces that I can go to and hear different ideas from, whether it be for business, as a content creator, or even as a man, like as a husband. I have a circle that I work with. Earlier today, I just met with a whole crew of content creators that we meet once a week just to kind of talk through some of the things on my channel, and some of the things that were shared was absolutely amazing. But hearing that from you is just kind of like, wow, you figured it out, because it's taken me way longer to figure that out.
Like, I feel like a lot of like the younger squad are figuring everything out. Like the younger generation, they're just like, man, this ain't it.
This ain't it.
I mean, my brother, he was working for the government. You know, I mean, he was working out there on the arsenal. And, I guess Trump and Elon did the
I know,
the deferment and till September. You know,
my word,
where they'll let you leave and you still get paid out. You know, you pretty much resigned.
Right?
Yeah, and
so he took the option.
He took the option.
Hey man,
and just said, I'm going full time and
on
that's
this.
What's up.
Yeah, so I mean,
bet on yourself.
Which it was perfect timing. It was God's timing, because you know I was kind of out there by myself making stuff happen.
Right.
And I was worried once spring hit. You know
how was gonna
handle it. Yeah.
Yep. And my other brother, he stays in Aniana, so it's
okay.
He's still like an hour and a half away. So it's just.
It's a little,
but it's worked out just right, right on time. So
that's awesome.
I'm blessed on
listen,
that.
Listen, we are unapologetic
awesome,
here about our faith and our belief in God, and I don't see how entrepreneurs do it without it.
I know.
How do you go into business? Like, it's such a faith journey. Like, I don't know
really
who's gonna call today. I don't know what my meetings are gonna look like. I don't know what consults I'm gonna be able to do next week or whatever. So it's very much a faith journey, and even the regular work that you have coming in, you're just kind of, okay, thank you God for this, because I have no idea where it came from. But I'm excited to hear all those pieces. Man, go ahead.
I was gonna wrap it up.
That's it.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I was gonna ask him where can people find you, follow you, all that.
Go ahead.
Okay, so people can find us. We're based in Madison, Alabama. You can call my number, 205-353-5614. I know it's not.
Say that one more time. I kind of cut it off.
205-353-5614. You know,
right.
and we'll be at your door. You know,
come on.
And what's your website?
All on one accord. You know,
what's your website? What's your website?
He's dropping bars. No,
I got bars.
Come on.
No Pressure Services LLC.com.
Oh, No Pressure Services LLC.
Him up.
All of those details will be in the description and in the show notes below. But we can't thank you enough for coming through and hanging out with us. This has been great, man. Getting a chance to learn, you know, the ins and outs of the business, number one. But, you know, there's a process that you go through in terms of what you learn from each client, right? And helping to make that next client interaction that much better. And hopefully you're able to repeat that with different clients that you have along the way. That's amazing. And we hope that was as impactful and meaningful for you as well.
It was
great.
Thank you for coming, sir.
Yeah. Incubator's Couch is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners just like you. And if you have another couple of moments, click right here and you'll find a couple of videos that we've done, other interviews that we've done in previous seasons of Incubator's Couch. Hit that subscribe button as well. We'd love for you to be able to join the Incubator's Couch family, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.